I've been making videos on YouTube from my Twitch content for a while, but I haven't actually made just videos like this where I'm talking to you guys as an audience. I've mainly done content on Twitch, and so I want to start doing more content like this. Doesn't mean it's going to be a lot, but I want to make more content like this where I'm engaging with you guys in this kind of narrative format. Because there's things I want to talk about that are game related or that are tech related that I think apply to what I do in the gaming portion. And I have another channel where I do political and social commentary that I think needs to stay kind of in that box and not really cross here. Obviously some topics are going to have crossover, but let's start with who I am. I'm Power Thumbs. You guys know me as that from the gaming channel I've done. I go as CM on other places. But here I want to try to help people in a way that I don't see happening too much on YouTube, or that's not necessarily getting publicized very well or pushed where it should. And I don't know if this is going to, but I'm definitely going to try. And so who am I and what's my background? Well, I'm a person who likes games and loves gaming. I enjoy it. I'm behind on a lot of games. There's a gap of time I missed because of jobs I had to work. So I'm behind on some titles and some franchises, but I'm still enjoying playing them. And I will continue to make Twitch videos and get them out. But my background for work I've done is in IT. I've been in customer support for so long, almost my entire life. I started doing technical support work when I was in my early 20s, very early 20s. But prior to that, I've always been in customer service, working in retail. But with the IT side, I've had the opportunity to help bridge the gap between the problems people are having and what they actually need, instead of trying to sell them a solution. That often that happens a lot. And so I've done customer support for people who need help with their phones, done that, simple stuff like that, all the way up to corporate support for executives who do not understand technology, but need someone to find them a solution and make that work, or make what they have work. And so I enjoy doing those kind of things. I feel I've been very effective in it. I've always gotten good feedback from clients in the work that I do. And I want to be able to take that and relate it over to YouTube in a way where people may not have the help and support they need. Now, I can't support everybody, so the videos that I do will be kind of generalized on the topics, and I'll give examples of that in a moment. But beyond that, though, I love gaming. I always will. There's not going to be a time when I don't enjoy playing games of any type. Back before I got into like heavy hardcore PC gaming, or before I could get a gaming rig, I was playing Flash games on computers back when, Flash games were a thing. It was a fun time. And then I got my first PC built and was doing PC gaming. I still played those Flash games, but did PC gaming and I loved it. Way back, when WoW was WoW compared to what it is now. And I'm not very good at a lot of games. I am not a competitive person in that respect. I play titles like Fortnite and stuff. I play Dead by Daylight, but I don't expect to win. I do it to get the battle passes complete, to get the rewards. That's what I do. That's how I play those games. And if you've seen any of my videos I've done, especially with Dead by Daylight, I've explained that. I don't play to win. I play to get progress is what I do. Because to me, playing to win in competitive games, if you're not very good at it, sure, you can maybe get better, but you're gonna miss out on the rewards potentially, in my opinion. But anyway, I've edited a lot of my Twitch content to be here on YouTube. I enjoy that. I'm glad having it here. But I also want to do videos like this. And so I'm not set up like everybody else. I feel it makes me more authentic to a degree. I don't have an office. I don't have a crew of people that edit my videos and write content for me. It's just me. It's just me in my basement, in my house, where my gaming PC is, where I film my content. It's the same place I do TikTok videos. And I also do TikTok content, but not gaming related. It's a different type of thing. And as with the other channel I have, I want to make more content like this that can be longer form, that can be more drawn out, whereas TikTok is very limited. You don't want to do any more than 5 minutes on TikTok or you just lose people, whereas YouTube is more primed for longer form videos. So that being said, this will be a shorter video compared to what I may have coming up. I don't have, a pretty office or anything. You guys are getting green screen and you're going to get a royalty-free background in every video that I do, because that's what I have right now. My basement is a multi-purpose area for me. It's where I watch movies and stuff. I don't really want to film that. It's not that entertaining. I don't have a very nice setup behind me like a lot of people do, but I do a lot of different things. I'm a person that does many things, and so my areas are very multi-purpose and not exactly suitable for filming. So I made a green screen wall essentially, that can collapse, be moved around, whatever, and I have that, and that's what I use. So that's what you guys are going to get. And I'll provide links to where I'm getting the images from and crediting the artist when I get those from royalty-free sites, and make those available. So if you want them, you can take them or whatever, but I want that to be available. In any videos I do, I'm going to try to source out as much as possible. If I reference something, like in a video I'm going to do here, I'm going to talk about minimum requirements for a game, maximum requirements. I'm going to link you to the page where it's from. I'll do as little trust me bro as possible on that content, because I want you to be able to go and seek it out yourself. But a lot of what I'm going to provide technically to you, like, experience with gaming rigs and stuff, is going to be on experience and expectations that I have set. And I'm going to explain things differently, because I don't feel a lot of channels that talk in this area are doing a good enough job of expressing those things to people in a relatable way. They're generally catering to products they have to sell because they have to make revenue. Or additionally, what they're doing is they're really only talking about the high-end products. They're not giving people a lot of good options to build. There is a huge market, I feel, of people who want to get into gaming, but feel like they can't because they can't afford all the PC parts, or they think they have to drop thousands of dollars on a rig because that's what Channel A told them, and that's not what I'm after. So what's coming up for this channel, and what do I plan on filming next? Well, that's going to go one of two ways, depending on how this video is received and what comes of it. I'll probably let this sit for a week or so before I make any decisions. One will be, I'll move on to the content I want to make, which is talking about generalized, you want to build a gaming rig, here's what I feel you should know, here's what you should look at instead of what everybody else is telling you, and why that is. And part by part in sections, so CPU, motherboard, those kind of things. Because I feel like a lot of information is just being left out for the sake of you need to buy specifically this. And a lot of people are getting lost because they're trying to emulate those builds, and they're like, oh my god, it's so expensive. So if I don't do that one next, it'll be because this one gets a lot of comments and feedback, which I encourage you to do. I'm not new to the internet, so if you want to hate on me, they can hate on me, but I encourage the comments and feedback, and if there's a lot of that, then I will aggregate those and make a response video. I think that's something that TikTok does right, is audience engagement. So on TikTok, if I make a video and a bunch of people comment, I can respond to each of those comments in a video, and people love that. They like that engagement. It feels more personalized. Here, it's harder. It's not really practical to make a video off of each comment. I'm sure there's channels that do it, but it doesn't seem practical considering it's a longer form content platform. So what I would most likely do is, let's say there's 10 comments left on this video asking about different things. I'm probably going to take screenshots of those comments, throw them in the video, and address them and handle it that way is what I would do. And I think that would get better engagement than just the usual, thumbs up in the comments. I'd like to respond to it. And I'm going to try that. I'm going to try to shift things differently, because I think YouTube can act a little bit differently, even though the platform is not set up socially like TikTok is. And I think that YouTube has some great aspects of it. TikTok has great aspects to it. YouTube has great aspects to it, if I didn't mix that up. But they both fall short in different areas. And I'd like to be able to bridge those gaps on each platform where I can. But I think YouTube is the more stable option, even though I love making content on TikTok. And I don't make content like this, technically speaking, on TikTok. So yeah, a response video to comments would be something I would do before I put out the other video, but the chain is going to be, there will be more gaming videos. I'm still playing Oblivion and stuff. Oblivion Remastered, I should say, and more of those videos will come up, but it's just me. So sometimes there's going to be lag in between. So if you're subscribed and you're here with me, please stick around, stay around. There will be more content, stuff will be up. You have questions, message me, leave a comment, those kind of things. But I want to do more with this channel. I want to get more content out is what I want to do. And that's what I'm aiming to do with this. Post the very generic video about what rig to build. I'll probably talk about what my old machine was. For those that don't know, I have this thought process, and I've done this in practice, where if you're building a gaming rig, it should last you 10 to 15 years. And that's very generalized. You're going to have to replace parts here and there, but for the most part, that machine in its entirety is going to last you for 10 to 15 years. You're going to get better value than you would out of a console. You're going to get more flexibility than you would out of a console, and be able to do a lot more. And that's kind of what I'm pushing. So if you're interested in the 10 to 15 year longevity of a machine, let me know, and I'll definitely be making a video on that one way or the other. As far as beyond that, I would talk about my new rig, which I built, I think it was end of February, I put this machine together, and the choices I made and why I went with those choices, part by part, piece by piece. I've been meaning to get that video out, but I have not got around to filming on this channel. This is actually, except for a Duke Nukem vid I did talking about how to unlock stuff, this is the first video of this type I've done on this channel. And I've done stuff on TikTok, non-gaming related, and so I'm used to making content like this, just not in the YouTube form. So anyway, that's kind of where I have plans for this channel going and what I want it to do. I think the gaming content will always be there to complement things, but I want to talk about gaming stuff. I want to put that content out. So if I'm doing commentary, you know, on what I think about copyright issues or something, this channel is probably going to follow the form of a lot of other people that you watch on YouTube. I'm not going to drop any names here, but you can guess. If you want, you can leave names to content creators you like, and I can look at what they're doing. You know, if you think they're not getting enough attention, let me know. But I think that the YouTube community portion of things needs to be fixed more. It needs something more personal than what it's got. YouTube feels very corporate, and I foresee this platform being just a lot of people, or I see this platform being a lot of people who are just people who went to college, got a liberal arts major, couldn't really find gainful employment with that, or they're in a mediocre job, and to release their creative juices, so to speak, they're coming on this platform and doing that. That's why you see so many videos that are overproduced for small-time channels. You have a lot of people that were promised these jobs as you know, content managers or as production, whatever, and it just didn't pan out. So they're making videos here. Not that they're not talented, but there's definitely no place for them at this point except for YouTube. So I don't necessarily want to be that. I'm not great at editing. In fact, this video so far is one take. I hope to keep it that way. I like just filming with notes. I have a notepad in front of me, a digital notepad, and it's got some line notes, and I'm glancing at that. I've tried to do script reads. I'm not good at script reads, and I always, when I look at the script, want to add more. So anyway, too far of a tangent there. There will be more videos in the future, but that's what I'm looking at doing. Let me know what you think in the comments below. If you think, you know, that's just an awful thing. If you're not interested, if you are, what else you want me to talk about? What else you want to see? I really am trying to branch out, and I feel like now is the time for me to start making more and more content in different areas. I'm still making videos on TikTok for political social commentary, not under this username. I'm still going to be doing Twitch streams here and there. And I have my opinions about Twitch. I'll probably do videos about that later on. You know, and a lot of what I'm going to say is going to be opinion based. You can take it or leave it. But I look at it this way. The opinions that I have, you could take it as a friend giving you advice. You can review it and say, nah, not for me. Or you could take it and go, maybe some of this is useful and I'll look into it. That's up to you. You don't have to follow anything I'm saying. You don't have to listen to me. All I have is my years of experience, my background, and my opinions. That's all any of us have. So take it or leave it. That's what I'm offering you guys. I'm hoping that this hits a note with somebody and that it is helpful. So that's all I've got for you for now, guys. And more content will be coming soon. I'm working on editing some more game videos. And again, I'll probably let this sit for a week. I'm going to put this video out soon here. And then we'll see where it goes from there. So anyways, everybody that's subscribed that I don't hear from too often, thank you for subbing. Thank you for the interaction and comments. I do appreciate it. And I look forward to providing you guys more videos in the future.